Have you ever cried yourself to sleep at midnight? Your pillow is soaked in tears, and your heart is screaming one question to God. Why? Why is everyone leaving me? Have you felt that crushing pain when the people you had the perfect vibe with, the ones you thought were your forever friends, suddenly start ghosting you? You're sitting in a silent house, overthinking every conversation, wondering what you did wrong. Loneliness hits like a dark storm. It feels like a punishment. It feels like God is stripping away your happiness, but wait, what if God isn't taking anything away? What if He's actually clearing out the toxic clutter and fake people to make room for something legendary? This is the story of Amelia, and it will show you why your isolation is actually God's greatest gift to you. In a quiet suburban town in America, where the shadows of oak trees dance across white picket fences, lived Amelia. She was a simple soul with a heart like an ocean of empathy. Her small cottage sat at the edge of the town, where silence was the only neighbor. Amelia believed that God doesn't need a show-off. He is found in the kindness done behind the scenes and in the whispers of prayers made in the dark. For a while, Amelia's life was perfect. Her husband, David, was her shield, and their daughter, Olivia, was the light of the home. They lived in a tiny universe filled with love, but Amelia didn't know that God was training her for a much bigger purpose. Then, suddenly, the universe shifted. A tragic accident tore Amelia's world apart. David was taken from her, leaving a void that no words could fill. Amelia didn't sleep for 7 nights. She begged God, "Please, don't take him away. I can't handle this loneliness." But the moment came when she was left truly alone. The silence that followed was heavy, a soul-crushing silence. Amelia would sit in the living room, staring at David's empty chair, crying out, "Is there only pain in loving you, God?" But beneath the waves of grief, there was a still small voice. "I haven't rejected you. I have protected you." God had cut off her earthly dependencies so she could finally discover her true strength. The transformation, the power of disappearing. Years passed. Amelia became more isolated. Her daughter, Olivia, got lost in the race of the big city and eventually stopped calling. Amelia embraced the solitude. She made friends with the silence. Some nights, she felt like she would break. She would whisper, "Is this all I have left? Just this silence?" But every morning she rose with a new hope. She dedicated her life to others. She cooked meals for the homeless, planted flowers, and prayed over every seed she sowed. People asked in wonder, "Amelia, why do you give so much when you have nothing yourself?" She would simply smile and reply, "Whatever we empty for God, He fills with His blessings." She had turned her isolation into a monk mode, disconnecting from the world to stay connected to her Creator. When Amelia's final hour arrived, something happened that shook the entire town. Hundreds of people, those she had helped in silence over the years, gathered outside her cottage. When Olivia rushed back, she saw her mother's face glowing with a supernatural peace. Olivia finally understood. Her mother's loneliness wasn't a punishment. It was a divine preparation. God had removed the noise of the world so Amelia could hear His voice. He made her world small so her heart could become big enough to love everyone. When God exits people from your life, He isn't breaking your heart. He's removing the noise that was distracting you from your purpose. If you are alone today, remember, God is clearing the stage for a big miracle. The love you give is never waste. It multiplies and comes back to you from places you never expected. Your loneliness is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your legendary version.